Alright, I'm gonna try to quickly show you guys some of the equipment and give a little background maybe on some of it. My phone's only been letting me record 10-minute videos for some reason, so here it goes. Here's the Echo PB201. I've had it since I was a teenager, and I'm 25 now. I've had to rebuild the carb on it a few times. Not rebuild it, but take it apart and just loosen things up and clean it a little bit. I haven't replaced any of the diaphragms in it yet, which is surprising. I just got a new fuel tank grommet, fuel lines, and primer bulb that I just put on there not too long ago, and it's been doing pretty good. So anyways, that runs like a champ. Here's the Echo SRM 225. Bought this at Home Depot like 3 years ago for 200 bucks. Used to have an Echo SRM 230 that looked just like this, you know, with the gray cover, the wing nut style thing, and the same air box. Probably the same carb, but that was when I was like probably before I was a teenager or something like that. I'm not sure, and I didn't really know too much about engines then. Small engines, lawn equipment, two strokes, the way things ran and worked, and I just used to mix the oil and whatnot by eye, and sometimes when I didn't have two-stroke oil, I would just try to use other things like motor oil and power steering fluid, things like that, and eventually over the years it finally seized up, so we got rid of it and got this one. Here's the 1984 McLean Edger with a 1984 3 horsepower updraft Briggs & Stratton, sorry. It runs great. Here's a power trim edger with a Honda G100 on it, I believe. Here's a Montgomery Ward's push mower with a 3 horsepower Tecumseh. My friend's neighbor was throwing this away, and he was an old timer, and he kept this in the garage, and this thing's in like excellent condition. The paint on it, the deck, the paint on the engine just wasn't grimy anywhere. No rust, no chips, no scratches. Wheels are great. It's like he never hardly used it, and it had very low. It looks like it has very low hours on it, especially underneath the deck even. It's very clean. So I brought it home, put gas in it, wouldn't start, took the carb off, and it was clogged up bad. Not with fuel varnish, not with dirt, or anything like that. It had like clothy material in the fuel inlet and then the needle, and it was like weird. It was like a cloth type. So anyways, cleaned it all out, put it all back together, and this thing it runs pretty cool. It sounds interesting the way it runs. Well, plus it doesn't have crap for a muffler, just a little thing on it, so it's pretty loud. I like it. Didn't come with the bag. Okay, so I was looking for a bag on Craigslist for this thing because I wanted it to be complete, and then I stumbled upon this thing, and the guy wanted like 25 bucks for it or something like that, and said it ran and everything. So went over there, checked it out, started right up, ran, brought it home, started right up, ran real good. So and I had never seen one like this before, this exact model of a Montgomery's Ward. This is a 1984 Montgomery's Ward self-propelled with a 1984 vertical shaft and horizontal shaft, 3.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton with the auto choke. Anyways, so these two lawnmowers, I haven't found anyone that are exactly like these models. So I thought, what the heck, I'll keep them together and whatever. See, this is a weird. Anyways, here's almost at 5 minutes here. Here's the Honda HRT 216 or whatever. Got this for free from the mother of my child's dad. He was gonna sell it at a garage sale for super cheap because he kept this garage kept too, and this thing has very low hours on it. It looks like it's in excellent condition all over, inside and out. Anyways, he either tried to clean the carb or bought a new carb for it, and he didn't put the throttle brackets back on. He didn't put the bolts back in for the throttle bracket, and he had the governor off and put the governor back in on the wrong position. The choke lever wasn't working, so he never got it back to start again. So I told him I have a lawnmower exactly like it that's worn out, and I maybe would use a few parts for it. So he ended up giving it to me for free, brought it home, noticed what he didn't put back together right, like the governor and the bolt that holds on the whole linkage setup, all that. So I put it back together the way it was supposed to, and it runs like a champ. It's like brand new, underneath, on top, the bag, everything. Anyways, seen this HR 195 on Craigslist for like $25, and they said it didn't run. They didn't know what was wrong with it. The deck had a slight crack in it. It totally blew out now. So I brought this home, did a little carb clean to it, took the carb off, cleaned it all out, put it back on, started right up, purrs like a kitten. Best running lawnmower I have, mechanically wise. And so anyways, yeah. Here's the HR 194 push mower, not self-propelled. This thing, I was making a delivery for the last job I had as a delivery driver, and I was in my neighborhood, and this was out at the curb all folded up with a free sign on it. And funny thing is, I was making the delivery to the house where these people were throwing it away. I asked them what the deal was on it, and they said it had been sitting in their backyard for over 15 years, or like 25 years. They barely used it a few times and it stopped running. They weren't sure what was wrong with it, so it sat there all those years and they finally put it out. I brought it home, put some gas in the bone dry gas tank, put some gas in there, and after quite a few pulls, it slowly came back to life, and now it starts up right away, and it runs like a champ. There's nothing wrong with it. So I use it sometimes. Heck, why not? Didn't do anything to it at all, still. And here we have the there's a cheap, anyways, here we have the pressure washer. There you go. It has a Honda GC 190 on it. Yeah, I don't know, my dad showed up with that also one day. Well, that's because he took our nicer one and brought home this crappier one for us. Thanks. Anyways, here's the Honda EU 2000i generator. I've done one carb clean to that, and it runs great. Idles and everything. Here we have another Honda HR 194 that I just picked up off Craigslist for 20 bucks. It's the SX version, which means it has the hydrostatic transmission in it. It's not very clean. I'll just take another video of that and show you guys, but it does run, and everything works on it except I need the cable, a new cable for the speed, and a new throttle cable is what I need. Those were frozen up, but this is not frozen up. This is not frozen up, although I do need the spring for it. Anyways, I have the carb over here sitting on the table. Let me know what you guys think about this, please. See, this, along with all these pieces, go down in here, which is what the float attaches to, and the float goes into. As you could see, there's a little rubber O-ring on here, right? So, guess where my leak was? Not what you would normally just replace on these carburetors, the needle. My leak was coming out from where this goes into there, which is where the needle goes into, which is where the float bowl attaches to. So let me know where I can find that piece, because it seems impossible. I looked at all the parts diagrams for that carburetor. That's the one piece that they don't sell. And I don't know if I'll get it in time before the video ends. With my luck, my phone will even die before the video ends. Here we have, this one's going on Craigslist. I just posted it today on Craigslist. It's worn out. Runs though, runs great. Everything works on it. Just a smoker when it's cold. Trying to plant some new lawn back here. Just thatched it and seeded it like a week ago. Doesn't seem like any of the sprouts sprouting yet, the seeds.